Charles in Conway, South Carolina. Hey, Charles, thanks for watching Free Speech TV on DirecTV. What's up?
Hello, Tom. I'm concerned about this thing about FIFA, where Loretta Lynch is so concerned about FIFA and prosecuting those people, which is, I think, is a joke.
It's $150 million in bribes.
Why is she not concerned about prosecuting Wall Street and the banks for the things they have done to this country, and the vice president and the president, the former Bush and Cheney?
I think there's a very simple answer to that, Charles, and tragically. First of all, the Justice Department is alleging about $150 million in bribes. That's nothing compared to the pay of just one Wall Street bankster who makes over $2 billion a year, and there's over a dozen of them taking that kind of money. So basically, it's like 3 weeks worth of income for a Wall Street bankster who is doing stuff like high-frequency trading that contributes absolutely nothing to our economy other than inflating the stock market. But here's the difference between the FIFA guys, the guys who run world soccer, and the banksters. The FIFA guys were taking money from politicians, right? In other words, politicians were having to give them bribes in order to get their country, in this case it was Qatar, as I recall, to get their country to have to host the World Cup, the soccer competition. So the FIFA guys were taking money from politicians. Banksters give money to politicians. The Wall Street banks, and not just politicians. I mean, when Jamie Dimon was irritated by Occupy Wall Street, he gave almost $5 million to the New York Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, and all of a sudden the police in New York City just started kicking the crap out of the protesters, the Occupy Wall Street protesters. That was the beginning of the end. So as long as you run a criminal enterprise, like many of these banks admittedly are, I mean, they pled guilty to felonies, to real crimes. As long as you run a criminal enterprise and continue to give hundreds of millions of dollars to banks and billions of dollars to the big media companies through advertising, as long as you continue to do that, no one's going to go to jail. You will not be harassed. You will have no problems. On the other hand, if you start asking politicians for money and you don't offer money to the media, which is the case with FIFA, in fact, they're taking money from the media, just like they're taking money from the politicians by licensing these soccer games to the media, then you're at risk because, that's how corrupt the system is. Am I making sense, Charles?
Absolutely, and I agree.
Yeah. I mean, this is so simple and so tragic, and I don't know why the media hasn't picked that narrative up. I mean, it's truly astonishing to me that nobody in the media. I saw, I've read several articles about this. I saw it covered on both CNN and MSNBC, and nobody pointed out that the guys who got busted, the guys who got dragged out of their 5-star hotel rooms, were the ones extracting money from politicians. And the ones and the banksters in New York City who engineered a $5 trillion theft from the American people and destroyed hundreds of thousands, millions of American lives, probably destroyed hundreds of thousands of families through divorce and all the stresses associated with economic difficulty, probably even suicides and murders. Those guys, they get off scot-free because they give large quantities of money to both political parties. Charles, thanks for the call.